Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy KJVR, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to use ShareFactory. Now this is the editing software that I use, and it's built onto the PlayStation and it's free. So if anybody wants to try and get into content creation on PlayStation, here's how you do it. Now, just so if you don't know, if you want to record, just click the share button twice really fast together, and it should start recording. Then click it again to stop it. After that, if you have ShareFactory installed, you want to go in there and choose the clip. I'm going to choose a Beat Saber clip because why not? So I chose this one. You'll put that down. You can rename it to whatever you want to. I'll just name it test because this is a test. Yeah. And that's basically it. Now, whenever you go into the clip, there is a lot of different options here which may scare you, but don't worry, it's all going to be fine. Now, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the volume down so you don't have to hear anything. Anyways, if you click square, you'll go right over here. Here are basically most of the main things that you can do. Now, if you want to, you can split the clip. What that means is that let's say you think the clip is a bit too long or that you don't like some part of it, you can just cut it all out. You can do this, and then you go up and you're trying to find an area that you want to clip out. Let's say here, then you find that, and then you are able to delete it if you click on square. And then that part is cut out, and your video is shorter, or the part that you don't want is now gone. Now, the other thing that you can do is trim a clip. Basically, this can make it shorter in general if you want it to be shorter. Like that. Now the video is a bit shorter because I trimmed it. Or, if you wanted to, you can clone a clip. Basically meaning that if you wanted to, you can just go ahead and make the exact same clip over and over again. This is good if you're talking about like montages or things like that. See, it's not so scary now that you see it now, right? Now, you can add overlays. This is probably one of the biggest things that people don't know how to do. So I'm gonna do a giant step through. Basically, there's different layers when it comes to overlays. Overlays are practically related to stickers, which could be either your profile picture or it could be some of the stock pictures for ShareFactory. These could be good if you're making something that's supposed to be horror. These, it could be good if you're making a thumbnail. These, I have no idea. But other than that, all of these here are able to help you out. Any stickers that you think you want to add to your thumbnail or to the video in general, you can do that. You can even add these weird things. You can also, these are pretty good for thumbnails too if you want, or maybe whenever you're asking people to like and subscribe. This is cool for text bubbles and all that stuff, obviously. And there's just a lot of things in here you can use. Now you can import certain images with a laptop, but I don't really think I'm going to tell you how to do that, just because that involves me going to an entire different device that I can't record on, so I'd rather not. But the main meat and gravy of the overlay section is the text. Here, you are able to add different types of text. They can all be different types, they all different fonts. You have a lot of options. You can make them very big text or some very small text. I normally go for big, and I normally go for this. Like, for example, if you wanted to add subtitles, you could say whatever someone is saying. So, yeah, I'll just put on yeah because why not? And you can move to like the bottom, and it could go whenever they're saying it. Or you can add in some other stickers or whatever. But another thing that you can do with overlays is you can animate them. So let's say I'm just gonna put this down, GGG. Now, the thing is that you're able to say how long it takes it actually stays there, so you can know when it should go away at a perfect time. You can align it with certain parts of the screen, like this. Pretty easy. And then, of course, text animation. You're able to give it a certain animation when it comes in. There's a lot to choose from, and the way I like to say it, just pick the one that you think suits you the most and then keep it. A middle animation is one that does it while it's still on the screen. You got, for example, marquee, rainbow, bounce, drift, pulse. All of these happen while it's on the screen. And then there's ending animation. Basically like the beginning, but it takes it away instead of in. Pretty simple. Now text effects are able to give it certain colors. Pretty easy so far, right? Now you can also just give it actual colors if you want to. You can change the opacity, or you can even change the order of the layers. Just in case you want something to be on top of something else. Maybe it could be like for someone talking on a test or something like that. It could be anything. But still, it's something that you should take note of. And when it comes to stickers, it's basically the same thing except no colors. Okay, now, Time Bender. This one is self-explanatory. You find a certain thing, let's say you want it to go 8 times as long, and then you can make it smooth. Now, whenever you're watching it in the thing, it won't look smooth, but the final result is smooth whenever you're finished with it, as it says there. But we're not going to mess around with that. If you want to, you can make this, it'd be perfect for montages. But then again, I'm just putting out my opinion. Anyways, now there's not that much left to do. Pan and zoom. You can use this to zoom in on anything you want, just in case you want to add emphasis to a joke, or maybe you just want to zoom in on something that you think was pretty cool. You can do that. Also, clip volume. You already know what I can do with that, but you can apply it to everything if you click square. And this basically just changes the volume of the clip in general. Nothing certain about it, just the volume itself. Edit music. This right here is pretty self-explanatory. You see, the thing about this is that, well, there's already music that you can put in from ShareFactory, which I'm gonna be honest, you shouldn't use it, and that's basically because all of them, I'm pretty sure, are not royalty free. But you can import your own from your USB, which would be the same process as for laptop, but I'd suggest you look at another video for that. As you can see, I have a couple things like Club Your Enthusiasm, Cricket's Awkward Silence, even some JoJo songs. But other than that, that's basically the music thing. Now, let's say that I added in some music. Yep, that's the music. Now, if I want to, I can edit it if I click square on it. This goes for basically anything. That's how you go into the edit section of it. You just click square on it, and then it brings it to editing. You can move the music around. You can delete it. If you wanted to, you can make it fade in or out for the dramatic tension. You can add the volume of it, clone it. Basically everything you can do for normal clips, except for music. Now, we're gonna go into the X. This is how you add a lot of things. Now, adding a transition. Very self-explanatory. Go over here and you can choose from a variety of them. Depending on the theme you pick, it may actually have some of these too. Or you can go through and on and find different ones. I like to use this one because it fades to black and then it fades right out. It's perfect in my opinion, but everybody has their own taste. You may like the comic transitions, where transitions like a comic book page. But then again, that could just be you. Everybody's different. Anyways, then you can add a layout to it. Basically, you can change each of the layouts to be in different sections of the thing. Let's say that you were doing a reaction video, which I doubt it, but you can move this to the top left or top right while you were in the other corner. It just changes the layout of it, basically. It could even just be for a border effect. Who knows? You can do whatever you want to with this. That's the thing that everybody needs to understand, is that you can do whatever you want. Anything you want to do in ShareFactory is basically possible. It's not the best at anything Cloud 4, but it works. And with adding a filter, pretty self-explanatory, just gives you a filter that you can use, and that's really it. Yeah. Anyways, overlays, we already talked about that. Music, we also talked about that. Let's talk about the track 2. Now, as you can see me here. Hi. But basically, whenever you're actually adding stuff in, you're able to add in clips, which we already can do, or you can record your audio or video, as you see here. Now, the video is self-explanatory, you just talk with the thing. Audio, also self-explanatory, you just talk into the audio. After you finish your clip, if you click triangle, like this, you will be able to change things. Like, for example, if you have a green screen in the background, or if the thing you're using is green screen, you can change it to that. You can also make it a cutout, even a white screen if you want to. Or you can pan and zoom with this, or you can tune the camera. You can make it be more sharp, you can have more contrast, the hue could be different, and the saturation. Pretty self-explanatory. And that's basically it for ShareFactory. Everything else is able to be edited, but other than that, that's how you use it. Now, before we go, I want to show you, if you don't know how to upload your videos, what you gotta do is you click try. And also remember, anytime you use the render thing, it will always take half as long as the clip is that you have made. Oh, one more thing before I go. If you want to, here, you can do a couple things. You can just save the project itself without having to render it if you're planning on coming back to it later. If you want to, you can export to gallery, which is basically just the share button. Or you can generate a thumbnail. Let's say that you wanted this to look a lot cooler instead of just looking like you failed it. You can make it like here whenever the sabers move, or whatever time you think would be cool. And then you can add a couple things to it, and then you can generate it as your thumbnail, which will basically make this be the thumbnail of the clip. If you've added things to it, you can take them away right afterwards. It doesn't have to be in the video, but it will still consider what you took as an image as the thumbnail. Now that that's done, that's basically it. You're able to look at different things and all that stuff, but other than that, it's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this guide, and I hope you found it helpful in some way or another. If you did, then please make sure to let me know, and I may do another one related to videos. Anyways, I'll see you all next time.